Welcome to District 19 Freehold Semi-D plot. If you love to live within the Kovan and the Serangoon Gardens region, this might be something that your family might be looking for. This is a Balinese style home. Let's go. So firstly, the land plot is 4054 square feet. The width is 8.8 meters, but you have an extremely deep land right here because this is at 42.7 meters. Imagine that. The modern context of most semi-Ds right now, if let's say you are going for like a brand new semi-D in most landed enclaves, the minimum requirement for a brand new semi-D is 2152 square feet, which brings us to a width of 8 meters and a 25 meters depth. Now just have a look at this land plot. 4054 square feet, 8.8, 42.7. Now 42.7 is approximately about 80% deeper than the standard kind of brand new semi-D land plot requirement. And that's one of the reasons why this Balinese home is shaped in this manner. Why don't you head in, have a look at it for about 10 seconds because all you spot the pool right in the middle of the house. Let's go. 4054 square feet of land plot size. This is a freehold status. Total build up is about 4,188 square feet. This home has two portions in the sense that if you look at these four categories, and this is what we categorize as a mid 2.5 cat home. Now this home was constructed about 20 years back in 2004. Then in terms of number of bedrooms, you already have 5 bedrooms, 4 beautiful bathrooms, but it belongs to the classic layout that gives you a lot of different kinds of spaces that you're looking for, including wet dry kitchen, proper dining zoning. You have a nice segregated living here. Now in the middle, this is of course one of the key highlights of this home because this is the bridge between the first part and the second part of this home with this beautiful air well, a full-on privacy swimming pool right in the middle, doors right here that leads you to the sidewalks. If you see street or you see avenue, this usually belongs to smaller road lines within the landed enclave. So we're located within Rosyth Avenue, beautiful street, no double yellow line towards the side, no single line right in the middle, so you have additional cars you can park. This car porch allows you to park easily 2 cars. You can park 1 huge car here. If you want to go into your garden space, that's possible as well right now. Basically, these are pebble stones, and of course, if you want to overlay them to be an entire car porch region, this can easily fit in 2 huge cars. Sheltered zoning all the way right here. About 20 years back, in terms of architectural, most landed properties, they usually have steps in order to prevent flooding into the home. There's like a 2-layer steps to raise up the entire place. If your dream is to have a landed home with a pool within the home, you have 2 options. One is to build it at a 2-meter setback right towards your side of a semi-D. This version of pool exists. I would say that it's harder to build in the past because this gives you privacy. You don't have to worry about your neighbors looking in when you're swimming at the side. But in the event, if you want to cover up that pool, how much does it cost? So firstly, in terms of quotation, it will cost between about $15,000 to about $20,000 to fill it up with cement. And of course, with that, you can also lay out artificial turf so that becomes like an internal garden zoning. You can also utilize it as like a kids playground area right in the middle of home. Meantime, let's have a look at the interior portion. Living room is fantastically huge. You have this center courtyard kind of concept together with the side panel doors. At the front, it allows you to also look out towards the front portion into your garden zoning as well. So I think the visibility within this home is great. Whether the living dining or the front portion, you can have clear visibility of the entire level 1. This home is being flushed largely with beautiful granite. These are the light grey version, but of course in today's context, if you want to overlay them with vinyl, you can actually flush the entire living and dining zone. You can make them consistent with like a wood finishing. This is like the dining area. And if you notice, we're not even awning any lights because of the brightness that comes from the center core of this home. This courtyard kind of fashion really brings not just ventilation, but also light to the front and the back portion. So if you can just imagine once this part is being overlaid, your artificial turf, that can also create like an outdoor alfresco dining version for you. And of course, this place has tons of flexibility on what you can do with it. Now, if you were to come towards here, if you are doing like heavy cooking, you actually close up the door. So this portion, I see a pillar right towards the left and right flank, but right in the middle, you can actually open up the entire wall, and that gives you like an open concept. But if you want to keep it like this, you still have this central kitchen. It's like a U-shaped kitchen. You have like wet kitchen here for you to do heavy cooking. It's facing outside towards your side setback. Two sink system right here, one in the dry kitchen, one in the wet kitchen. Tons of storage space. In terms of durability, I love the structure of homes that were built like 20 years back, because when you test like the solidity of the walls, it just feels like thicker. You don't really see a lot of crack lines. I mean, compared to like modern construction, sometimes when homes are built a little bit too fast, things can take out of shape after like 5 years. This is already 20 years. So as you come and have a look at the actual place, you would get to look at the actual condition that I'm sharing with you. So you have a home shelter right here for the storage. You have like a helper's room with its own dual window system here. Common bath right here, and which is pretty big. You also have like a nice backyard zoning with a setback at the back. So over here, you also have your own external WC. The pump room is right here. And right towards the side setback, usually people utilize that as like a full-on garden zoning as well, right towards the side wall. So meantime, let's head back. If you're attended some of our landed webinars and you look at some of the key statistics, landed properties in the entire Singapore, there are only 73,000 of them, and that makes it one of the prime properties because there's no more brand new landed land that the government will release. This is asking at $6.58 million. For the land plot like this, per square foot will work out to be less than $1,700 per square foot for a freehold plot. We're right located in D19, the exact locale of Rosyth, the entire landed enclave behind Kovan, working towards Yio Chu Kang Road, which right across the street will be the very popular Serangoon Gardens landed enclave as well. This enclave will suit families that love to have nice cross artery road selection. So if you want to head towards Upper Serangoon Road, you can just cut across towards Kovan. You want to go towards Yio Chu Kang Road, you can cut across towards Yio Chu Kang. That gives you flexibility in terms of driving, transportation. You can enjoy both Kovan and Serangoon Gardens. A lot of families also travel down to Serangoon next mall, where that's where of course the Cross Island line as well as Northeast MRT station is being located. So even if you're school-going children, you can just walk out towards Yio Chu Kang Road or walk backwards towards Kovan, and they can access the MRT transport network very, very easily. And then as we head up to level 2, Alright, so I'm standing in the bridge right between the first part and the second part of this home. So as you can see, this home has a pitched roof concept. If we were to look at the drawing from the past, it also looks pretty interesting. And one of the rationale is that because of the depth of this home, it feels really great in size. I'm standing at the front of the house, the master room. Tranquility, fantastic. Just have a look at the top, oh my goodness. Looks beautiful. Very hard to find this kind of concept nowadays because usually people don't really spend the additional effort to build a pitched roof anymore. Usually it's one flat piece of ceiling. This was like a fantastic classic in the past and is still loved by many homeowners. Not just like a key feature but also as a very beautiful masterpiece. You have a nice ensuite here. Of course, solid tiles throughout. Internal windows facing towards your courtyard. You have your own internal walk-in wardrobe space. Space is huge, quiet, nice day bed at the corner. If you need additional space for your wardrobe, this wall is a place for you to go. You can just build out the entire row here. Easily you can fit in a 6-door wardrobe right here throughout the entire panel floor to ceiling. You get to see your internal windows facing towards the courtyard and opposite. This kind of bridge concept is beautiful. The walkway towards your master allows you to also like close up this door for privacy reasons if you want to. You have like a nice rectangular family zoning here. So level 2 gives you 2 common bedrooms right towards the back. You have 1 common bath and then your master is right at the front. Later as we go up to the level 3 zoning, that's where your 2 bedrooms as well as a common bath. In totality, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths in total. Of course, your helper has their own dedicated room downstairs. And this zoning, of course, this is the place for you to utilize it as a family area. Throw in a nice lounge chair, put in a huge TV right against this wall. You can also utilize this, put in like a pool table or use this like as a board game area. Alternatively, this can also be the place that you can put in your piano, let your kids play here, or use it as a tuition zoning as well. Now I'm going to show you the 2 bedrooms towards the back. That is a 3+ attic version, 15.5. Ours is currently a 3-story version. In all contexts, I don't think you need to tear down this home because this home is a classic, it's solid, it's still considered new, 20 years, but in terms of the structure and durability, it is really great. If let's say you're not doing like a gut renovation, in terms of sprucing up, you can actually reinstate some of the wood lacquer finishings, overlay the flooring with vinyl, and repaint the entire place, plus cover up the pool. If let's say you have children and you don't really need a pool, I think set aside probably about 300,000, you should be able to spruce up the entire place. But of course, if you're going for really gut renovation and you want to do a lot of deeper stuff, then maybe about $500,000 will be a more decent figure. And when we come to level 3, you also have an additional living zoning right here, which is fantastic. Common bath with open area at the top, 2 bedrooms facing towards the back of the house. Now when it comes to the bedrooms, flooring changes to like full-on long panel parquet. And of course, level 3 gives you this kind of very solid rugged tiles concept, really having that Balinese feel. If you notice in the past, they usually will flush the border with the regular tiles, and then right in the middle, they will try to alternate it with like a secondary border right here with stone tiles as well, so it's really classical. So this home is asking for 6.58 million. If this is your first time watching our landed home tours, of course you can head on to our NOTG channel to look at some of the analysis that we have on landed homes. So when we talk about landed properties, the 4 different classifications of landed, basically Cat 1 homes are homes that are meant to be tear down and rebuilt. Rebuilt usually takes about 2 years. Any plot that you buy, usually the PSF ranges between $350 to $450 based on your build-up area. So if you want to build a 6,000 square feet build-up or 5,000 square feet build-up, just multiply that by about $350 to $450 per square foot depending on material, but we can just take it as $400 PSF as an estimation. So if 5,000 square feet of build up times 400, that will bring it to about $2 million. So add that back to your purchase price, that will give you a total cost. So for example, if you go for a semi-D in this region, you see a land plot that's oldish, maybe that is going for about $6 million. At $2 mil, total cost will be $8 million to get a brand new home. Now, Cat 2 homes are usually homes that requires A&A if you need the extension of build-up space. This home technically falls into 2.5 because in terms of build-up area, it's already quite accomplished at about 4,188 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, huge living space. You technically don't need to add in. If you really want to add in, this center core will be the place that you can actually add in and flush across your roof to create additional space on level 2 and create additional space on level 1. That will then of course increase your GFA within this home if you really want to. If you don't need that, just leave it as an open courtyard air well right in the middle. Third category will be homes that are about 10 to 15 years old, newer in fashion, in the market right, going close to about $7+ million. If you're going for something with the same land plot, brand new homes, there's a range here. If you're going for smaller kind of semi-D land plots at about maybe 2,000+ square feet, you can get something at about $6 million. But if you want something at 4,000+ square feet like this, minimally over here is about $8 million. So if you look at this home, 6.58, it falls right in the middle. You don't have to stretch all the way up to $7 or $8 million, but you get a huge plot of land at a PSF that is below 1,700 per square foot for land price in terms of freehold land price. And this, not just a quantum play, it's also a PSF play because semi-D at 6.58 million for this land plot is definitely one of the properties that are priced right in the market. So meantime, have a look at the rest of the attic. Alright, so there we are. Hope that you enjoyed this landed home tour with us at D19. If you're into a freehold land plot, you want something that's below 7 million, you want something that's below $1,700 per square foot in D19, and of course you want a semi-D status with at least a 4,000 square feet land plot size, this might be the one that your family is hunting for. Huge in space, great in build-out, and of course number of bedrooms is already right on point. So give us a call at the numbers right here. Give Felicia, Jaslyn a call. They'll be very happy to make an appointment for you. And of course, once again, my name is Melvin Lim, PropertyLimBrothers. As always, happy to show the place. Okay. Really? It's awesome, man. Oh, careful, you might be the next one. Timber frame casement window, pitch roof. Just a solid build, man. You can feel it, man. Go and drink first, go and drink your pop-ups. So firstly, the land plot is 4054 by 63.